Welcome to this Let's Play where we are taking a look at the campus DLC for Cities Skylines. In the last part we were building up this area and I was messing around a bit with town planning. Big thank you for your guys for your feedback on town planning. I actually find the subject really fascinating. The way cities build up and evolve over time. And things are looking pretty good. You can see we're at 86,000. We've got demand for industry, a little bit of demand for residential. What I do have is a little bit of a concern for the amount of traffic that's coming in here. So what I'm thinking is that maybe we need to get an airport in, though we're going to have to connect it up somehow. Let's see, we got this metro station there. I mean, we could airports. So what we got here? I mean, wow, that's big. And one of the problems with this big international airport is quite literally trying to find the space for it to land away from the main city. I mean, this is over the top of the university. Maybe this could be a good place to put it actually. We now got this here. We've got the road comes in from there. We could, I don't want to bring it into the university, so what we could do is, I mean, I don't want it to bring in too much traffic. What we could do is just come down like that. And we're just going to hook in. Unfortunately on this map we don't have access to shipping. For obvious reasons, because we're not on the coast, but we'll just take that out. And there's a risk of distortion. Just get rid of that. That's it. We've now got a link to here, and what we should have with the international is the metro link, so we should be able to put that up like that, and then we'll be able to drag this out to here. So all our international students should be able to get into here very quickly. You could bring out a road this way, like that, just to put a small connection into here. We've got to bring, let's just put this back on. It's a little bit wonky, but I think we'll be okay. Power wise, well, what we could do is use the park trick. That will just but actually let's go for a little bit of transport. And what we can do is put taxi rank in there. And I suppose we could have a taxi stand there. I generally don't tend to use taxis that much because they're not particularly that efficient and useful, guys, but I'll put a few in just for the fun of it. And of course one thing I do need to think about is that I've discussed this before about these unique building unlocks you can see here. I've got to unlock these, and I'm pretty sure there is one in here that relates to traffic. There we are, 500 people transported by taxi, and we still need to connect this power cable up. What we could do is we certainly want a fire station and a police station like that. Let's creep in this way. If I bring a road up parallel like that and then hook in like that, we could probably get some. We put a park in there like that. I know it's all a little bit artificial. And put that there. That should hook that in, and we'll probably just put in a medical clinic there. How's the power now? Nearly there. Actually, let's Well, this is a university complex, so let's get in a couple of these. Why is that? Oh, nope. And there's no water connection there. So we've now got our international airport up and running. We do need to get some industry in. I mean, we could put some more farming type industry out here, but I can't really see the point. Let's just get some more residential over here. Let's just this up through here. Well, we don't need to be exactly on message. We can swap this through like that. Hook this up. And I think we'll get the main residences in here like this. Around the school here, and no one wants to live next to the railway, so we'll put the offices up here. Connect that up. Got a little bit of commercial demand now, so maybe we need to build this area. I mean, I could put a rail station in as well, but I don't really want to bring in people here. Let's just create a commercial area here. Maybe you can go out like that. Let's go like that. Okay, that's going to be messy because that's going to be a double junction. So let's take that out, like that. Hook you through like that. And what we're going to do is just put a whole raft of commercial in like that. Just check the water layout. Okay. Water's getting a little bit scruffy, but we'll be okay. There's a little bit of an issue here with the single junction. I mean, I could put in another like that. Put a second junction here. And we've only got the one junction. We've got the highway link here. What we could do is just connect that up like that. Let's just put in a. I'm gonna put one high-tech area in over here. I think what we could do is zone in another high-tech area here. This is where it's going to get a little bit icky. If I put in a high-tech area here, like this, and we're just going to mark it up as this is an office specialization. But what we will do is put in the heavy traffic ban and old town ban on here. I don't want any trucks or anything suddenly getting the idea that they can get around this restriction here by coming up around here. And if I put in a whole watch like this, then we can put that there like that. Let's just put that through like that. Sorry, I know you're the only building there, but I think that's growing. And let's just check the traffic situation. The traffic's flowing, but I feel that maybe we need a cargo station over here. Now, when you lay in the cargo train stations, what you need to do is make sure you've got plenty of access. So what we're thinking is we would need to come out this way and back that way. So what we would need is trying to think of the best way to lay this out. And if I create a road like that and a road like that, and then we put in something like that here, and then I mean we'll do it as an experiment just to see how it goes, and then we'll hook this up like this. We've now got the track in here. Of course, this is going to need water, so I'm just going to bring this across, and I'm not going to waste resources connecting up this, so you can connect up that. And what I'm going to do is just push this to here like that, and hopefully what this will do is bring in goods into this area here. We've got a nice long road flow here. We got, it's probably the wrong way round actually. Yeah, because this is the entry, this is the exit. But then if this starts to get congested, we can always extend the road out this way. This is what you need to do, is when you're putting in cargo stations like this, you've always got to have plenty of room to deal with overflow, because if the queue starts to get back onto this roundabout, it's going to start to detract from the main part of the city. I mean, I could put a little bit of industrial up here just for the fun of it. I mean, we could go in like this. Put some more traditional industrial here. This. We'll just zone this in like that. Across like that. Like that. Yeah, we're nearly got it covered, so I'm gonna put in oops. I just better fix this as well. We're just going to, then hopefully by then we can go and have a look at the university. We've got that there. We can then take out these. We should have a little bit of a flow. And what will happen is vehicles from here that want to use the train station can come out here and actually do things. Right, let's just have a look. Oops, what we got here? We've got a bit of a power problem here. We need to get the power across the line here. What we'll do is let's hook that over across to there, and what we'll do is hook that into there like that. That should give me a solid connection over there. Then eventually this will fill in and eventually start to grow out. Now this is what you see here is a curiosity. We got demand for industry, but what actually happens is the demand is not here, simply because this is a growing city. Now if I probably went over here, and just to give you guys a bit of an example of the way the layout goes here, I put in some industry like this here, and then we're just going to let it run a bit faster. See the difference? That demand there is immediately coming in, and the reason for that is that over here the demand is not quite so forceful. When it's picking up now because I've increased the speed of the game, but you can see that as soon as I zone this area over here, there was an immediate response to the situation. And I'm a bit inclined to put a rail station here, but the problem's going to be is how I can connect that into the overall idea of this industrial area here. So we don't really, I mean, I could put a road in here, but that makes me a little bit leery. Actually, I think probably the best solution is if I pause this and, you know, cut through here. And what we're going to do is, there's a roundabout option here, isn't it? How big is this? It's a large roundabout, that's a small roundabout. But wow, that's big. Yeah, we put a fairly large roundabout there, and then get out of here. I'm just gonna take off these and come here. I don't want to interfere with this. I know I said in the previous video that I didn't want to expand this area, but I think I can justify it here. Just come down to like that. Oops, down a bit. And we can lift it here. You can down to there like that, and what we'll do is wow, that's pretty rough. Well, I have to admit, guys, there are times with this game that I do wonder a little bit about the terrain images. Okay, let's just run down here, going up there. Just gonna bring that in there. We'll connect this back up again, and we need a short little stop road here. And don't really like that. I'll probably bring it out like that. You up like that. So we've now got a feed in from here, and what we can do now again is just put a second station in about here. This time I would definitely want an access road. So what I probably would like to do is maybe come here, and what we will do is, and then another tip, guys, is laying these types of roads out, always try and lay stations with one-way systems. And I think you can out like that, just connect up like that. I think if we put the station right at the end like that, means there's going to be a fairly tight turn off here. Now that's going to work quite well. And another tip, guys, is don't ever build a train station. Actually, that's probably a bit too short. The trains can queue. So when you're planning a train station, what you want to do is always make sure you've got plenty of track, so that if the station starts to get congested, that trains don't get back onto the main track, because that's one of the quickest ways to actually congest your rail lines. Gonna hook you up and like that, and we'll just use a power cable. Now, one of the problems is that this junction's nearly as close to the edge of the map as the rail, so what will happen is that a lot of the traffic, a lot of the industry will still continue to use the road, because of the nature of the fact that the train track comes in close to the road connection. In fact, it follows the road connection out, and therefore this train station may not be that successful, but we'll see how it builds up. It takes a little while to go here. Okay, we've got some new buildings. Okay, what have we unlocked then? Okay, we need to work a little bit on our university here. I've been so wrapped up with the... Well, it looks like we're getting... Let's just get this out here. That's up like that. And academic studio. We do need a school of science. Wow. That's big. We could put a school of science in. Academic studio statue. That in there. I did see a commencement office, university bookstore. Okay, let's put a bookstore in. Let me get that over here. Okay, a bookstore over here. I did see a commencement as well. Chess club. A medical lab. School of medicine. Yeah, let's go for it. Yeah, this is looking a pretty modern university. Oh, didn't put in a commencement office. I mean, how can students graduate if they can't actually... School of Law, Chess Club. I think I've just broken. No, we don't need the power lines anymore. Just that out. And yeah, the university is growing really well. And university bookstore. Medical lab, bookstore, university laboratories, university auditorium. Okay, let's get an auditorium in. Yeah, there's the commencements. How can we put this in? And just a quick look. Elementary is getting low. High school is a little bit low. Probably the problem is up here. Yep, it's about saying. A bit of a water problem here and trash problem. And we could probably get some. This is going to be a fairly dirty area. Let's just drop that in there. Let's just put a secondary school there. Just snick out that road there. Yep. Yeah. Another high school here. Just drive the education forward. As you can see here now, guys, see the traffic starting to build up. See what I was saying? That you've got to get a nice flow in like this, and left to right across the front of the And the station is pretty good. I'm just interested to see where some of those guys are going. Well, we can actually do this. I can remember now. So let's just. So at the moment, most of the you can see this is a good example of how I'm keeping the goods vehicles out of this area here. I mean, I could upgrade and filter this if it gets too bad, but you can see this is working quite well because we're pushing the goods vehicles out onto here. They're coming round here. They're not coming through this area here, congesting these junctions. As I say, I could lift the restriction here and get them to come through, but at the moment I'm quite happy with that flow. And you can see that some of them are coming in on that station and actually coming all the way down here as well. And we got some more here delivering here, so that's actually delivering to the commercial area. So we got a nice little flow running here. And just check the train station over here. Train station here is getting a little bit of business, not as much as I would like, but and hopefully that will pull away some of the traffic from this area here and make things work a little bit faster or a bit more successfully. We're going to need to work on some residential. I would be a bit inclined to put a new little village or town up here because this area is now full and we are running at 93,000. Telling me that I've got, we could work on, maybe I need to put some, and we got residential here. I mean, the traffic's not that bad, so I think I can afford to take a little bit of a chance through here like this. You can start to suck up some of this, and what we could do is just push out, maybe make this, actually let's just knock this out a little bit like that. And what we're going to do is come in, just make this a bit more upmarket. Oops. And that can come through like that. And go back straight. Like that. Yeah, I think this will work if I zone in this area here like this. And then zone out these interior areas here like this. And what we can do is pop in my usual trick, put a sauna in, a medical depot, put a gymnasium out there maybe, and 440. That's not gonna connect, but that will. So we're now running at 94,000 population. Everything's under control. We got probably do with some footpaths over here. Yeah, we've got no link through here. This is bad. So what we want you to do is, I don't want to put a road connection in here. We're gonna that will allow residents from this area to get up into here. In fact, what we're going to do is put another one through here like this. You up here. That will connect through this area here. I've still got a little bit more demand for commercial, so we're just zoning some commercial along here. I mean, I could throw out a spur here, not spear, spur. I'm just gonna just put it in this area here. And of course, the other thing I could do is open up, just zone in an area here, coming back down here, like this. I mean, this generally doesn't always work. So if you're going to do something like this, only put a small area in and then grow it, because tourism can be a little bit odd in some senses. But we'll put a little bit in here just to see if it will grow. So you put in an area here for tourism, because obviously this will be hotels and ideas, objects like that. And you can see we've got a lot of demand here because of the effect of the international airport. But at the same time, you don't want to put in too much, because quite often what will happen is you will put in a big area and it just doesn't grow. So academic report. So our engineering area is still renowned, and what? So no, which one's which? Yeah, I'd say this is the prestigious one. This one is now renowned. Okay. Yeah. So this doesn't seem to be growing. This one, let's just have a look. What happened to it? Oh, so this is the Fairfield one. So this is renowned, yes. So what's holding us back is academic work. So put in a dissertation. So everything's coming along quite nicely. Let's have a look at some unique buildings. So what we could do is work this up a bit. Wow, that's going to look a bit out of place, isn't it? Yeah, I'm not a big fan of that. Actually, this is a university. Let's put a football stadium in. Or I think what I should say is a soccer stadium. Whoops. Get a road in. Yeah, it's not actually strictly a football as in American football. I think it's a soccer. And I have to confess, guys, I'm not one of the world's greatest people on sports. So feel free to correct me if I get things wrong. Wow, that is huge. I think we can drop that out there. Yeah, this is a soccer stadium. Okay. Just hook that. I mean, strictly speaking, we don't have to have the... doesn't like that angle, so... Now this could cause a problem with the population. And yeah, we've got no public transport out here, which is a little bit of a cause for concern. Trying to think. Actually, what we told us the bus station is... where's the bus station? I think the bus station is tucked in here somewhere. I suppose it's not that far away. Actually, what other forms of transport can we use, and what other forms haven't used? Metro's my favourite. Buses. I suppose we could put taxi rank in there. I think we will go with... and what else we got here? Not a big fan of monorails, cable cars, ships. I think we're just going to put a bus route in here. That's trams. What am I on about? Okay. And what we can do is... okay, that's... okay, let's just get up to here. And we'll put a bus stop there. And just gonna... we run the mean, this would work as a single loop. Yeah, so I mean, that's not that busy. And then that can come up to there. Can come to there. I can stop there. So that will create a cross-link bus route there, like that. So, I think that will work. Wow, look at that demand growing. Yeah. I think the problem here is the fact that people are not getting across the line here, so I'm just going to and just we'll move people across the line here. And that's gonna from there. Of course, what we're gonna do is put offices there because nobody wants to live next to the highway. And we could put in, sneak some residential here, along here, like that. And along here. Just keep filling in the gaps now. And of course, because I haven't done any of the unlocks, I can't know monuments I can use, so I really would need to work on some of this here. Music club. Well, I don't think we've got anything here. These are quite big as well. I mean, we could put a music club there. This area is a little bit grim. A festival area in industrial area. What we can do is put a plaza there, but I've just destroyed the path. So have to pick that back in again. Actually, I did see a broken footpath bridge here somewhere, and I can't remember where it is. Let me just have a quick look across the map. I did spot one on my travels. Okay guys, I've just noticed the time, so what we can do is have a quick review. This is working quite well. We're getting more and more goods coming in here. That should ease off a little bit of the traffic on the main highways. This station is working very well. I really like that. We're getting a nice good flow in. Traffic's running round very, very well. Just have a quick check of the traffic situation. We're still running at 87%. Got a little bit of a hotspot here because, of course, this is a two-way road. Is there? It looks like there's traffic lights here. I'm gonna say goodbye to the traffic lights. I certainly don't want traffic lights along here. Get rid of these. That should improve the flow a little bit here. Back to the traffic flow. So this is all quite low. We've got a little bit of a hot spot here, but it's only pale red. This is probably one of the busiest sections we've got here. The traffic's flowing nice and green. This is, again, we've got a little bit of hot spot here. Now this is a danger area where I think it's to do with this. Yeah, we may need to do a bit of work on this area here. In fact, what we got here, that's Woody's Wood. Let me just push that through like that. What that should do is start to pull over some trucks over this way, which are going to deliver where who you're going to deliver. Yep. Right, this is probably a bit of a problem area. What are you? Yeah, sawdust storage. I think putting that storage here was a bit of a problem. Now I'm probably going to lose the resources, but I think what we're going to do is move you over here. Oh no, we kept the resources, that's good. What that should do is pull away some of the traffic from this junction. And just let me just zone in. I think we'll just put a little bit of ordinary forestry along this side here like that. Yeah, that was a mistake, having two storage depots side by side. Yeah, that's starting to flow into here like that. Still a little bit concerned about this junction here, but it might sort itself out now that trucks are coming this way. But what we could do is make this into a one-way system if it gets too bad. But I'm getting distracted, guys. This is where I'm going to leave it. Hope you enjoyed the episode. Hope you found it interesting. And until next time, whatever you do, enjoy your gaming.